Hello. Welcome everyone to JLABTV. I am JLAB and this is Football Manager 2022, the Youth Academy Challenge with Beira-Mar. We have officially secured our National B license. I've tried to get a new license sorted out and the board told me, no, you're not getting that license. Thank you. Go away. Bye. They outright said to me, we're going to be selfish. We don't want you leaving us. And to be fair, I can't blame them, especially if I was someone, who looked like they were going to leave. But at the same time, I kind of want to make sure I am the best coach possible for the club so we can do well. And given that we are now this good at the moment in the mentals and the coaching side of things, and as I was looking at my coaching stuff and the coaching side of things, I am at least 2.5 stars in the coaching side of things. So everything we're good at. So at least everything in the coaching side of things is at least 2.5 to 3 stars. And even the B team, this is why I had B team coaches, by the way. The B team coaches are actually good enough to be part of this team. So it's good to have that situation and we can have one coach for everything, even if it's not the most ideal situation. Also, Ventura is actually a better goalkeeping coach. So maybe I don't have a goalkeeping coach for the B team. Food for thought. But since we last met, we've actually had quite a few games and we brought a new member staff in. I'm going to talk about the member staff first and foremost because João Paulo left us for Vazin, as we were shown in the last video. He left us for them to become the under-23s manager, which fair play to him. He was under-19s coach for us and he's a top flight player. He's working for a top flight team now, so fair play. His replacement is Keith Lowe. Now, he's not amazing, but he is studying for the Continental C license and I think he could be a really good coach for us. He was a Kidderminster Harriers player before we signed him up, and I think he's okay. Not amazing, but he is still good, or we're hoping to get out of him. So we've had a few games since the last met, since we were beaten 2-1 by Villafranca, and how did we get on? The first game we had was away from home against our fierce rivals, Firenze, and we took the lead after Hugo Sandova scored with a header. Igor could not stop him from scoring it. And inside the 6th minute of the game's second half, we get a second. Mauricio Jr. plays the ball back, finds Sandova, who scores with his head again. 6'2", striker doing his job. We do consider the goal, unfortunately for us, as Kevin Pinto's shot is blocked. And then Mane is just allowed to get that side of space and scores. But we do get our first 3 points of the season, and we win our first league game. And against our rivals, no less. So maybe, just maybe, we have a side that can win games and keep us up. Maybe, I don't know. It's hopeful on my part thinking that, but I'll take it either way. The next game we had was at home against Nacional, and I thought we can get a point from this until Virinha shoots, save for the keeper, then Kiki with the finish. Kiki Silva scores the only goal of the game to ensure that Nacional win. It was an open goal effectively, and it really just was a gift. I couldn't explain why we couldn't get a goal here. Our wingers were poor, and our weakness in the wings is starting to be exposed a bit more than I want to admit. So maybe, just maybe, we might need to tinker a few things here and there. But still, they win 1-0 in a game I don't think we deserve to lose per se. We were just unlucky that that shot just went right into the path of Silva for him to get an open goal to aim at. Our next game was away from Herges Canales 2010, and we took the lead inside 23 minutes. Sandova scoring again with another header. He loves using his head. The Paraguayan international showing why he's so good for us. And then we make it 2-0 inside 35 minutes. Alvarez finds Mauricio Jr. Who does that? Mauricio Jr. showing why he's really good for us and why we were so desperate to keep hold of him. They actually had more shots on goal and on target than we did, and the better XG, but we took our chances. They didn't. That's why we won today, and that's why we have all 3 points. And our second win in 4 matches, and 2 wins in a row away from home. Our midfield though, look how good the midfield triangle was. Alves 7.4, Mauricio Jr. 7.8, Breda 7.7. That's our strength. Even if the wings are not that good, our midfield strength is very evident for all to see. We then hosted Estoril, and this is a team expected to win the league title. Francisco Guerrero's with the opening goal, 1-0 inside 70 minutes. And I was thinking, okay, it's one of those games. Then we gave away a penalty, and we're not saving penalties this year, it feels like. So Sergio Andrade with the finish, and they were the better team. They absolutely trounced us at our ground, and we had no answer to them. We really had no answer to them, which is a bit of a shame. And when our defense is performing as bad as they were today, there's not much you can really do. If the last game was bad, then this game was even worse. Maddox scores the opening goal for Portmanens as they hosted us. And for the first time this season, we absolutely got pummeled in terms of results. Renato Jr. with the second goal, easy tap in, 32 minutes in. And then 38 minutes in, it's 3-0. Because, well, they just have the ball. They're doing well with it. And Samari with the finish. So 39 minutes in, it's 3-0. We do get a goal back, however, and we are showing that we can create goals and score goals. Sandover with another headed goal to make it 3-1. Okay, game on. We can do something with this, right? No. Portmanens, 83 minutes in, score from a corner. How it gets to Tessona, I don't know, but it's very disappointing to say the least. Then 90 minutes in, it's 5, and doo-doo with the finish. This is one of those games where I kind of wish we were never here for, and I could hide away from. They had an XG of 2.09, they had some very easy tap-ins, and we just got completely outplayed and outclassed, despite the fact we had 77% of possession. So we were good at keeping the ball, but we weren't very good at using the ball and the possession to score goals and create chances. It was one of those games when nothing was going right for us. It really was. Apart from that one goal, nothing happened. The last game we had was in the Taça de Portugal, and we took the lead. Andrade scores his first ever goal for us, and that was good. And this is an extra time, and suddenly, in the second half extra time, we scored 3 goals. Mauricio Jr. with that effort to make it 2-0 against third tier side Espinho, and then 120 minutes in, we make it 3. Sandover finds his teammate, he finds Mauricio Jr., and Jr. is not missing that. Correa with the assist, good stuff there. And we absolutely turned up in the last period of the game. I think they were just so exhausted at the end that they couldn't cope with our passing. And when we get going, we really get going. And they were the better team in the opening 90 minutes. And it was only in these flow of 3 goals that we were the better team. And that's a sign of concern that we were actually outplayed for a large period of the game. But once we get going, which took a bit too long to do, we got going. Also, Paulo Andrade got that first goal. He's not exactly a player you'd expect to be getting goals, but okay. I was playing as a winger too, so he is more an inverted winger, inside forward. He scored the opening goal, but he couldn't miss the chance he was given, so it's not surprising when you see that opportunity, is it? Also, in the league, we are in 14th place, taking on 11th place. Bulgaria's 1932. We haven't taken on Gondomar yet because we kind of end up having to change the fixtures because of the Taça de Portugal fixtures, which is, again, not surprising. In the Taça de Portugal third round match, we had Beira-Mar, you know, the Liga Portugal Brewing team. Yeah, we're going to be beaten in this game, but at least we could try and put up a fight with this, I hope. But honestly, we need to win games because we're only 2 points away from the relegation playoffs, and with only 3 points away from the relegation zone. Win today, we're 6 points clear of the relegation zone, and we are 5 points clear of the relegation playoffs. Canales do have a game today as well. Yes, they take on Mafra, so Mafra are in 6th. And you're going to look at the top 4 the teams that have beaten us this year. Portmanens, 4th place. Estoril Pria, 2nd place. Nacional, 3rd place. Philippines, 1st place. I like to think that we've been beaten by the 4 best teams in the division so far. And that we've just been very unlucky that we come across those teams who are really good. And yes, all 3 of our games at home this season have been in defeats, which is not ideal. Both our wins have come away from home this year. I'm hopeful we can continue that trend away from home and win today. But if we can't win, then it's going to be slightly awkward on my part. We also have injuries as well to worry about, because Alves has been out for the last couple of games, which has kind of shown maybe a bit of a concern where we are missing him. Correa is playing though, and he is still decent. He's not amazing, but he's got potential and he's definitely developing. And the fact he's this good now, at the age of 17, reminds me a little bit of Alves. He is apparently unambitious and doesn't look to further himself, yet he's developing. Why? Why is that a thing that I don't need to worry about as much? So, I know he can do well, I know he's developing, and I've told him as such. Look, keep going, keep doing what you're doing, you're developing nicely. And if he can become as good as Alves has been, then we will have a fine player on our hands. And if we look at this, I don't think there's a massive difference in a lot of areas. He's better aerially and technically, but he's as good as Alves in the attacking and vision side of things. He's not as fast or physical, or as good defensively, or as good mentally. But honestly, I think that between Alves and Correa, we have a great midfield duo in the future. When Mauricio Jr. retires, and if Alves is not gone, Alves is also out for another 7 days, so he will not be able to be taking part in this match. And we've had a few other injuries as well. Fonseca has been poor, a 6.52 average rating lately, with a 6.63 average rating overall. Antunes, a 6.54 average rating so far this season. And Sakura has a 6.60 average rating, and Burns has had a 6.5 average rating as well. So our position that we are more concerned about is actually our wingers, which is more than anything else I could ever think to say. Tavares, despite my concerns about it, he's actually got a 7.0 rating, so despite the fact he's not developing and he's actually wanting to leave and he's now transfer listed, he's actually developing and doing well. I say developing, he's actually doing well. Helder Paredes, a player that is a left back, but isn't a very good left back, is also trying to do his best. He's actually better as a centre back, and maybe, just maybe, despite the fact he's only got 4 heading, I think we can use him. I know that sounds silly, but hopefully we can use him this year in the league and he can develop. Now, whether or not he actually gets the game time we need, I don't know, but Baba Costa also is good as an idea for a player. I mean, he's 6'3", his heading is terrible, so maybe we need to work on his heading a little bit. And let's see, Ariel, heading and bravery, also just 8, so maybe we can work on that. Baba Costa and Paredes, not good in the air, or the heading ideas, but they are very tall, so maybe we can work with this and hopefully get them to become better and better. They've got the potential to do so, why not make sure they do so properly? Still, we're going to take on our opponents today, we're going to hope to win, despite the fact that some of our players have been performing under the level we hoped that they would. Hugo Sandova, though, has got 5 goals and 4 assists in 8 matches in all competitions. 4 goals in the league, 1 assist. He's got 1 goal in the Allianz Cup and 2 assists in that. He's got an assist in the Tata Portugal as well. So, I think Sandova is making us a one-man team at the moment, which is a bit concerning. But he's also had another cap for Paraguay and has played in the World Cup qualifiers. I wish I was joking, but he's actually played 30 minutes in the World Cup qualifiers. So, there you go. There's confirmation down here, World Cup qualifiers, and he's played in it. So, he got a 6.7 rating for them. Fair play, fair play. Either way though, let's take on our opponents today and hope we can get an extra 3 points today. We need it because we need to avoid relegation quite desperately. Let's get going, shall we? We got a corner. Here we go. At centre take it. What can he do with the corner? Find Sandova, goal. Perfect start. It's taken 25 minutes, but we have the opening goal, and Hugo Sandova again, with his 5th league goal of the year, is proving why we rely on him so heavily and why I needed to give him that new deal. He's so good in the air. So good. Wonderful player. So far, so good. We have the opening goal, and we've only seen 3 shots in the entire game. I'd rather it be boring and we win than be exciting and we lose. And as things stand, we've gone up from 14th place to 9th. That's how big of a jump that victory will make it for us. And the gap between ourselves and the relegation zone is important. On average, every team has gotten at least 38 points if they want to get 15th place. So we need to get 40 points if we were to survive this year. That's the aim this year. 40 points or more. We cannot afford to get less. Let's get going in the second half. So ladies and gentlemen, we have won. I know it wasn't entertaining. I know it's kind of boring, but I will take these boring wins, even if it's not good for YouTube videos. So slightly awkward, that's the case, but we did survive, and that corner was all we needed to win. There's only 6 shots in the entire match. Unfortunately for us, Casanova actually picked up a knock, and it looks like a tight calf apparently, which is a little concerning when you think about it. But hopefully, that's not going to be too terrible, and that we can do better and better. But we're up to 9th place as a result of that victory. We need to see the other 2 games as well and see how they get on, because I want to make sure we're getting high up the table than we need to be, and it's going to be good. Tight calf, just 2 to 3 days. Thank God it's not anything too serious. We've already got enough injury concerns as it is. With Carvajal also injured, out for another day. Pinto out for another 1 or 2 days due to pull calf muscle. And Alves out due to abdominal strain, which should see him back between 4 to 9 days. Which is good. We won the game. I don't care how we get it and how boring it was, as long as the fact we actually got the winning goal and all 3 points. We're now going to start finding players for their poor performances because, quite frankly, Brian with a 6.3 is not good. Fonseca with a 6.5 is a bit disappointing. But Antunes with a 6.1 rating means he gets fined a week. And that is not good. Sakura as well. I can't find him, but he's disappointed me as well in that game. And Brian's accepted it, but it's not said anything else. His determination's up by 10 no, which is good. Fonseca has accepted with no comment. Again, a little concerning. And Antonez has actually apologized and will try and motivate himself for the future games. He's now got 15 determination and 9 work rate, which is better for us since it's also areas he needs to improve in for the team. Hopefully, he'll take what I just said to him to heart. Even if he's not good enough for this division, and is actually, in fact, only good enough for the 5th tier, it's slightly concerning when you think about it. But again, we need him to do better and better. What we're going to do, though, is end this after we see the performances in the other games, because we kind of need to see what people do. So Mafra did win, so we've now not lost to the top 4 teams. We lost to 4 of the top 6 teams, after Esriel only got a draw against Academico de Fizero. So, again, it's just one of those things. We know who our target is. We know what our target is. Our target is to avoid the bottom 3 positions. I know that if we play the way we've been playing in some of our games, we can achieve that. And that was actually only our 2nd clean sheet in the league this year, which is slightly concerning when it's taken us, what, 7 games to do so? Last year, we got 19 clean sheets in our 28 games in the league. So I know we can get clean sheets. We just need to perform better to do it. What we're going to do, though, is end this here. I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves. I hope you guys will like and share this video, and that you will subscribe to the channel. Let me know down in the comments below. Would you take a boring victory if it means you get the points you need? Or would you rather lose or be entertaining? I want to hear your thoughts on that, because I want to hear how you feel about the footballing world and the footballing philosophies of some managers. But either way, until next time, goodbye, and well, good night.